Hi guys, welcome back. This is our third video, and what we want to do here is we want to start adding money to our clicker. So in our last lesson, what we did was, in fact, if I just remove this from 10,000 milliseconds to 1,000, which means it's 1 second. If we click on hire worker now, what we have is our donuts go up every second, and because I've just reduced the 1 0, it's gone from every 10 seconds to 1 second. If I increase this now, it now will increase in multiples of however many workers there are. So that's good. The more workers we have, the better. The problem is what we want to introduce is only being able to hire workers if we have enough money to do so, or enough donuts to do so. We could do it by donuts, but I'm going to do it by money. So to do that, we're going to have to add a money button. So let's just do that. I like to do this way so that I write less by copying and pasting. So I'm going to say, let's say sell donuts. We'll do that. And we'll just change that to convert to money, which doesn't exist yet. We'll come back to that. And then we'll just add the text here so that we can see how much money we have as well. So we'll just say money, and we'll just say number of workers. We'll change that to number of money. That doesn't make sense. Well, I'll leave it anyway. Okay. HTML side of our program done. We now want to move over to the JavaScript side, and if I just hide the rest for now. And so what we want to do is start off by adding a new variable. So let's add a variable for money. Okay, and now the next part is what might seem a little bit more difficult, but let's try to make sense of it. So in the HTML side, we already created a name of a variable. We called it convert to money. So let's borrow that, and we'll just stick it here. So we'll say function convert to money, and inside our curly brackets, we detail what will happen. So we actually start off, it's very straightforward, but it is a skill that we haven't looked at yet. So we're going to create an if statement, and in our if statement, donuts that we have. Oh, and to make this easier as well, let's say we start with 50 donuts. We'll make sense of that in a second. So we're going to use a JavaScript, and we're going to pass through the amount of donuts that we have, 10, 10. And what this does is it calculates how many multiples of 10 there are in the donuts variable using integer division, and it discards the remainder. So for example, if the number of donuts is 12, then the answer would be 1, because the next thing we do is we're going to multiply that by 10. And this gives us the number of donuts that will be multiplied. This gives us the number of donuts that would be a multiple of 10. So in this case, 10, right? And then we finish that off with which checks the greater than or equal to 10. So that's our if statement. That's our condition. Now, if our condition is true, this is what we do inside the curly brackets. We start by creating a new variable, donuts to remove equals, and we're going to use the same condition, everything up to here. So obviously we only do this if they're multiples of 10. So, sorry, if they're more than equal to 10. So I don't need this part of it, but I do need this part. So this works out how many donuts are we going to remove. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to remove it. So we're going to say donuts equals donuts minus donuts to remove. Once we've done that, our next step then is that we have to add the money. So we have to add the money to, so we're going to say money equals money plus, we're going to say donuts to remove, and I've done that again. to R. So donuts to remove, and we're going to divide that by 10. The reason why we're doing that is because, I mean, for argument's sake, in my game, I'm going to say 10 donuts for £1. So for every 10 donuts that we make £1. So I'm dividing by 10. Now that done, that should work